Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Morales Mingle here on Facebook Live, YouTube, on the Coyote Pride channel, and Twitter Live. My name is Gabe Gonzales. I'm your ACE Family Engagement Specialist, and with me is Miss Barbara Chase, our Family and Student Support Counselor, and we also have our Morales Junior High Assistant Principal, Miss Liao. How are you ladies doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Doing great, thank you.
Awesome. Well, let's kick this off because we do have a very special guest today that we are going to be talking with. That's going to be talking all things early college, high school, and I'm excited to talk to him.
Yes, and we want to make sure that he has plenty of time. So, as always, let's just go over a couple of quick reminders. We have to remember our Coyote and Lobo Pact parents, and we have this shared responsibility to make sure that we take all the steps necessary to minimize the risk of COVID-19 and any other infections and germs on our campuses and in our community. So please make sure that you do your part. Help remind your students to do their part. Remember to wear your face covering, wear your mask. Make sure that your kids have theirs when they go to school. Make sure that you are keeping your distance. Remember, we still have that 6 feet that we're supposed to keep as a safety distance between everyone, that social distancing. Also, make sure that you're washing your hands, using your hand sanitizer, and make sure that you check yourself. If you're not feeling well, or if your child isn't feeling well, then please make sure that they get checked out by a doctor. Stay home, recuperate for a couple of days if that's what you need to do, and just make sure that you're staying safe.
Yes, thank you very much, everybody. Don't forget that stuff. It's very important. We got to keep going and kick this stuff and get it out of our lives for sure.
Yes.
All right. So moving on, we do got a couple of announcements. It is Child Abuse Awareness Month that we have this month. So I'm sure the campuses have plenty of things going on over there. Miss Chase, you want to talk about the next one?
Sure, and this month also is Autism Awareness Month. I know that the special ed department on their webpage, they have some special things to bring awareness to the diagnosis of autism and what it means for our students, and how to support families and students who have a child who has a diagnosis of autism. So just bringing awareness to everyone and to our community about what autism is, because I think it's often really misunderstood and a little bit more complicated also in some ways that people realize. So we're just bringing awareness to that. And let's see, we also have some advanced academic summer information. I think there's some meetings, aren't there, coming up, Gabe?
Yes, I believe so. Miss Liao, you got any information on those? I think it's today, right?
I think there's one today. Yeah.
The advanced academics?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe there was one last night. If I am not mistaken, it was last night that there was one. But there are many opportunities to reach out. Your students have been given a flyer. It is shared with them, I'm sure, on their Schoology page. We will also post that one on our Morales Junior High page as well for Schoology. So parents, please make sure that you are a part of our Schoology page. We do post different announcements on there as well, but we will get those dates out to you as soon as we can.
Yes, thank you very much.
Actually, I just pulled it up real quick because I know Gracie, who was our guest last week, she sent us, and so there is one tonight. It's virtual. There's a virtual meeting that is this evening at 6 o'clock. And I'm sure, like Mrs. Liao, we'll have all that information, the link for the Google Meet. And then there's also one tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning that is also virtual. But there is one tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. that is in person at the Benson cafeteria.
Awesome. So there's plenty of opportunities for you parents. That's for sure. Another thing we do have the early college high school registration, which we will talk about a little bit more about here in a second with our special guest. And also too, the child care provider services drive-through event is this April 30th. So if you haven't gotten information on that, reach out to your campuses and they'll get you that information. And last but not least, we have the TSI testing that's coming up. The TSI testing that's coming up. So get the information that you need for that. But Miss Barbara, do you want to introduce our special guest, please?
Sure. And before we introduce our special guest, I just want to give a shout out because today is actually to our administrative professionals, all of our administrative professionals who are on all of our campuses. You have central office. I mean, we have so many who run the show and are definitely behind the scenes. Some of them actually are the front. They're the first face that people see, or the first voice that people hear on the phone. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you. We really sincerely appreciate you. And another person that we appreciate here is Mr. Mario Ferron, who is the academic dean at the Early College High School. So we are so excited to have him here with us today. And remember, parents and everyone who's watching, if you have questions, please go ahead, type those in the chat, because you have this opportunity to ask Mr. Ferron in person, live, your questions, and get anything that you want to have answered. And so, sir, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to Uvalde?
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Mario Ferron. I've been an administrator already for about 7 years. I had the privilege of serving before as anything from dean of instruction to assistant principal, associate principal, vice principal, and right now I'm the early college director at Uvalde High School. I'm glad to be part of the team, and there's great plans for Uvalde Early College High School on moving forward next year.
Yes, thank you for that, and welcome to the show, Mr. Ferron. And what the first question I have, and I know a lot of parents, especially ones that maybe haven't looked too much into it and what it is, but what is Early College High School? Okay, well, Early College High School, essentially, what an Early College High School is, these are open enrollment high schools. Anybody can join in, even if they're from neighboring districts. They're welcome to enroll at our district, at our high school. And they allowed different students an opportunity to receive both a high school diploma and either an associate's degree or at least 60 credit hours towards a bachelor's degree. Wow. So the students have the opportunity to either graduate with a full associate's or at least their core. So it's a good opportunity for students. Yeah, for sure. I know a friend of mine did it, or her son did it, and when he graduated high school, I think he graduated with his bachelor's like in 2.5 years instead of going for the full year. I mean, that's not only saving you money, time, and you're getting some real world experience in high school, which is pretty valuable.
That is correct. Like, the possibilities are endless with early college and what it can do.
Yeah, for sure.
So that actually makes me bring up the question. How is that beneficial? Gabe, I know you mentioned finances. So is there a cost? How is that beneficial to students and parents?
Well, that's a very good question, because a lot of the concerns that we get from parents, or the hesitation, comes from the financial end. They tend to believe that there's going to be a cost attached to this. They're like, yeah, I'm interested in my son participating in the early college high school. However, I'm not sure if it's going to cost anything extra. And the answer is no. Like, the district picks up the tab 100%. Wow. So there's absolutely no cost to students. And this, we're talking college tuition that we're paying here as a district for the students. We're paying tuition, we're buying books, we're providing transportation, and of course, as a regular campus duty, we provide food also. It's an incredible opportunity for students. We offer very, very rigorous instruction and accelerated courses. All of the early college students are also advanced academics students. They will be required to do the summer advanced academics camp along with a bridge camp for early college. That's part of the Texas blueprint for early college high schools. We provide highly personalized attention also to students. We have a designated counselor that only looks into the early college students. That's Miss Sonia Tapia. She's done a great work. She's very, very approachable. This program also increases college readiness. So when the student transitions from high school to college, the student already will have at least those core classes, so the student was already immersed in college.
Yeah.
They already had the experience. We partner with Texas Institutions of Higher Learning. In this case, our main partner is, of course, the Southwest Texas Junior College, for which the students take the majority of the classes. Another partner is Angelo State, but mostly is Southwest Texas Junior College.
I mean, that's super beneficial, parents. I mean, think about that. I mean, when they graduate high school and they got to go, they're either going to have to, either you have to pay for it, either they have to get a loan, or, you know, hopefully they get some grants or some scholarships. But if you could just double it up in high school, it doesn't cost you nothing. So, I mean, that alone.
It's very interesting right now, because we do have 29 early college graduates that they will be graduating college before graduating high school. So just think about that. Like, we have 28 kids that will be receiving their college diploma, their associate's degree, a college degree, before even graduating high school. So just the thought of that, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. That's, I mean, that's can't get much more beneficial than that. Yeah, and so like, think of this. I know, like, colleges and stuff like that. You know, you have to apply, and you have to do like that. Are there any prerequisites to apply and be enrolled in early college high school?
Absolutely not. For anybody can apply. The selection process, however, given the volume, like we do look into, we tend to focus also on at-risk students and so on. But we have the facilities, and we have quite a bit of room to admit a good amount of students. So there's no prerequisites. Pretty much all incoming students can apply. Acceptance is of course, we have a cap. We have a limit of students that can get accepted. And that's why I would encourage parents to apply as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. There is a lottery process. If we get more students than the cap that we have to go through that lottery process as outlined by the blueprint, the set of guidelines that the state gives us for early college. But overall, there's really no prerequisites, and it's a great opportunity for students.
So I have sort of a follow-up question to that. So do students are they only eligible if they're in 8th grade going into their 9th grade year, or is someone who's already in high school that says, you know, I'd really like to take advantage of this and do as much as I possibly can while I'm still in high school, and they can apply as well? Or is it just that 9th grade cohort that just kind of continues together throughout the 4 years?
Well, for the students that are not incoming 9th graders, they can still apply, and I would fully encourage them to apply for this. If they, at this point, like they went their freshman year and they thought about it, they really want to do it, I would encourage them to apply. They can still get it done. It's going to be more a significantly higher effort for them to do it, but it's still possible, and they will still benefit from the early college experience. So yes, non-freshmen can apply, and I'll encourage them to apply if they really want to do early college. The sooner they can get into these courses, the better, and the more money they're going to save in the long run.
Perfect. That's awesome. That's great.
Excellent. So if a student is at the high school, are they still able to participate in extracurricular activities if they're also an early college high school student?
Yes, yes, ma'am, and they regularly do so. So that's another question that we get a lot, because parents are concerned if their kids are going to be able to do sports or participate in athletics or extracurriculars. And in reality is a lot of them do. A lot of them do. And actually, for our dual language kiddos that are participating in the early college high school, we are going to encourage most of them to join an extracurricular activity next year as well. So yes, like we fully encourage students to participate in extracurricular activities, even our early college high school students.
That's great. Yeah, because I bet you that's a big question that parents have, because it is, I know when I was in high school, to me and to a lot of kids, that the extracurriculars are a big opportunity, and they do learn a lot from those extracurriculars as well too. So that's good that they're still able to participate.
It's worth mentioning that Mr. Harris just recently had a meeting with us, the administrative team, in which he asked us to explore more student organizations and extracurricular activities. I know also we're working with CTE for career and technology student organizations, or they're called CTSOs. A lot of them will go hand in hand with early college pathways. So possibilities are endless right now with what we're doing with the early college high school. There's big plans for the early college high school next year. And all I can say, it's a great opportunity for students, and it's free. It's there's no cost to it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, man, because college is expensive, even just buying books and stuff like that. But a little follow-up question, talking about CTE. What are some of the CTE programs?
Well, right now we're focusing on the. We have ag program, of course. Mr. Charlie Black does really good with our ag program and our ag pathway. We have also the health science pathways, and Ms. Brewer is very involved with those. We are trying to improve on some of them. We're looking into improving our culinary arts program and the other programs that we have. Overall, I know this year our CTE committee has met several times at the district level, and we're exploring new pathways.
Awesome.
Also, we wanted to build a little bit more on the education pathway. We're going to have an update for the community soon on this, also like a more structured set of options for the community.
Awesome. Yeah, let us know when that happens, and we can we'll definitely announce it and help promote it.
We've been in conversations also with the junior college about this, and we want to grow our pathways. That's one of our missions for this year, to add more pathways, and the ones that we currently have, to make sure that they're very strong. But so far, I would say like our two main ones are that is probably ag with Mr. Charlie Black, and of course the health science pathway.
Awesome, man. That's great. That's great. And then it's great that y'all are exploring even more, just giving me even more opportunities. Go ahead, Barbara.
So I have a couple of questions. Let me ask this one first. So if a student, say, has a 504 plan or an IEP, how does that affect the services that they receive through their college courses? I know that through the high school courses, those are already, integrated and provided and things like that. But how does that affect them receiving accommodations for their college classes?
For that, they need to contact the college, and the counselor here, Ms. Tapia, can assist them in how to do that. Ms. Becky Reinhardt, our ARD administrator, can also help students with that as well. And the junior college also provides a level of accommodations on their end. They're not, they may be different than what we have at the high school, because they are not a high school, they're a college. So accommodations may be different. Here at the high school level, we do follow their IEPs very closely, and we do follow everything that is outlined in their accommodations.
Awesome.
That is good to know.
Yeah.
So that people, that some students, they might feel intimidated, like, I don't know if my student can handle that. And so knowing that, they just have to have some meetings and things like that, I think would probably put a lot of parents and students at
and
ease.
there's nothing to be intimidated or be ashamed of, or be there shouldn't be any sort of barrier. Like, all they need to do is talk to the college about it, explain their disability, and the college makes accommodations. Almost every single college in the U.S. does.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that should all be covered under that. So then my other question was, you mentioned transportation. Some of the students, do they actually go to the college campus to take their courses?
Yes. This year, unfortunately, because of COVID, we had a lot less. And of course, our goal, whenever we go back to normality, is for them to spend more time over there at the junior college. We do provide transportation for those students. That we transport the students over there and back. So that, like I mentioned, even transportation is covered on our end. Like the student has, all they have to do is come to school, and we pay their tuition, we buy their books, we transport them to the college and back to campus. They get high school credit, they get college credit, and this process is something that can significantly improve their quality of life in the long run.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Big time. What would you, I know we're getting pretty close to our time, but what else would you like the parents and students to know about the early college high school, about registration or anything like that, or what you got coming up?
Yes, sir. Well, registration is posted. I posted a link on Facebook right now as well. If they go to the Uvalde High School Facebook, they're going to see that link in there. I think they're doing some maintenance in the early college high school website, but the link will be posted there by the end of the day today as well. So I think there was, I was looking at it right now, and it seems that they changed it. I'm going to make sure that it's on the banner as soon as they open it, that it's on the banner, the registration. Mm-hmm. All they have to do is a form. They click on it, they fill it out. If they want to go to Facebook, to the Uvalde High School Facebook, the form is there. I posted it a few minutes ago. And right now we already have a significant amount of applications, but trust me, there's still enough space. So we're still taking applications. The deadline is the 23rd. So that's a very, very important thing to know. Mm-hmm. So the 23rd is the deadline. So they need to apply ASAP to get into the program, and to ensure that their children will be part of this.
Awesome. So remember that, folks. April 23rd is the deadline for registration. So get that in there. Well, Mr. Ferron, thank you very, very much. Oh, we got one more.
I have one quick question. Sorry. Yeah. I know I have so many questions. Of course. Mr. Ferron, what kind of information do the parents need for completing the registration application? I know sometimes, it's like you need this and you need that, and it's helpful sometimes to know ahead of time what items you can have everything gathered to be able to just fill it out in, one sitting and things like that.
Well, it has things like the student's name, first name, last name, date of birth, address. Really nothing. Nothing that will take a long time to fill out. It has the level of education of the parents, of the students, whether they plan to go to college after graduation. The questions are very, very simple. This is something that can be done in maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
It also it talks a little bit about the Bridge program. The Bridge program also, it's a summer program in which we prepare the incoming students for early college. And we partner up with Advanced Academics, with Ms. Blair Doris as well, for them to complete those requirements as well as the Bridge requirements. That way we make it easier for students. At the same time, if you're familiar with what Advanced Academics is doing, they're filling out a portfolio. The students are building their e-portfolio. That's going to be a requirement also for the early college students as well as the dual language students. So it's looking very, very good. It's worth mentioning also, like one thing that I forgot to mention for the parents. Early college is very, very beneficial, but I feel right now the strongest program that we have here at the high school, of course, is the dual language program. Our dual language kids outperform regular students in the last benchmarks by anywhere from 15 to 25 points, depending on the grade level, depending on the course. That's a huge gap. If they can sign up for dual language and early college, if they can sign up their child for both programs at the same time, that would make a big, big impact on the overall quality of life of their child later on in life. early college dual language kiddos right now are perhaps the most successful students that we have on campus. The ones that are projected to do better.
Wow.
So we're also one of the very, very few institutions that do this. The very, very few high schools that merge early college and dual language into one very, very rigorous advanced academics program. If you think about it, dual language kiddos by design, their coursework is advanced academics. There's not a single dual language class that is not an honors class. And when we mix that with early college and you bring that together, it makes an academic program that is very, very rigorous. And it has just so much enrichment for the children. Really prepares them for college. So that's, I guess, what makes us very different from other colleges, from other early college high schools. We are presenting this also soon, the National Association of Bilingual Education. We're presenting what we're doing here at Uvalde in terms of early college and dual language. There's national interest in terms of what we're doing here. So I think we're on the right track. It's a great opportunity for kids, parents. My 2 cents for the parents, what I would contribute to from a parent to another parent. Early college is great. If you can get your son or daughter into early college and dual language, that's definitely the way to go. That's definitely the strongest advanced academics program that we have.
That's awesome. I mean, it makes me want to get my daughter's a 7th grader, so I still got some time to think about it. But that's definitely, I mean, I can just see the opportunities in that, and that's for any parent I can see, and any kid I can see how this is very, very beneficial. But yes, thank you, Mr. Ferron, again for doing it. And whenever you do find out about what you got coming up, let us know. We'd be happy to promote it on here. And thank you very much for joining us, and we appreciate your time.
Yes.
No, quite the contrary. Thank you so much for inviting me, Mr. Gonzalez. Ms. Chase, thank you so much. You have a wonderful day.
Yes, thank you
so
very much.
You
We appreciate
too.
you. Folks, don't forget to watch Morales Mingle every Wednesday on Facebook, and remember to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kyle Pride, rep the U, and follow us on Twitter, and join us weekly Wednesdays at noon. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.